Craft Brews and Casual Conversations, Halloween edition of the Strange Brew. Ooh. We're drinking some coffee this episode because someone has to work in a little bit.
And someone else doesn't.
And,
see if you can guess who it is.
And it's a flavor that has been familiar this month. You guessed it, pumpkin. It's Dudes and Brews on the Porch.
Cue it.
Dudes with Brews on a Porch presents to you another edition of Strange Brews, Conspiracies, Murder, Ghost Stories, Aliens. They're all coming to get you, my dears.
I like the pause. I like to pause.
You like the dramatic pause?
I like the dramatic effect.
Rob, we're drinking Bones Coffee Company's Jack-O-Lantern, or Jacked O-Lantern. It is a gourmet coffee company from Florida, and they make great taste flavors. Great
well, it's
flavors.
going to be good because the porch is cold.
Porch is cold, and it smelled like this coffee legit smells like a pumpkin pie.
You could seriously grind that up and put it like in an incense holder. It's so strong.
Yeah,
as the beans.
It smells great.
When you smell it in the cup, it's very good. I put a little cream in mine, a little milk.
Yeah, I drink mine black, and
He eats his pie straight too. It's weird.
Yeah, I would describe it like we do with the beer, but it looks like coffee. It's
definitely dark. It's got some brown hues to it.
Yeah,
steamy.
Let's try it.
Did you get that sip take?
There's definitely pumpkin in there. A little more spice than pumpkin.
Yeah, the spice comes through more than the pumpkin. That's for sure.
Not bad.
But actually, the pumpkin, the aftertaste is pumpkin-y. The upfront taste is spicy.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Rob. Good work. It's pretty good. It's not bad. I'm fucking tired. I've had to switch shifts for the next 2 weeks, and it's I'm usually still sleeping right now.
Yeah.
But I woke up early on this fine day, for you, Rob, as well, to get a pair of shoes.
And I got here a half an hour early.
Mark your calendars.
Yeah,
it's the first time that
yes.
this has ever happened in the existence of Robert's life.
No more late running for this guy. But I don't have a job, so I have nowhere else to go early. Damn it. That's... But even when I was on second shift the last couple of weeks, I was waking up at this time every day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, I don't know. It is what it is. But, Rob, we're going to talk about the old classic Halloween today.
Yeah.
And what better to talk about Halloween than people getting offended? Because people get offended about a lot of things.
Everything.
You have a list. I have a list of offensive Halloween content, and we're just doing this as a public service to you, the people, the listeners. Don't do this kind of stuff next year because we don't want to see you on this list.
Yeah, we don't want to have to talk about it. I think some of it's what's offensive to me is on this site. It's apparently there's a thing called NSFW, and now they've created NSFC, which is not safe for children.
Oh, really?
That offends me. Just say not safe for children.
Right.
When you say
not safe for work.
When you say NSFC, that makes me go, "What the hell are you talking about?" And they go, "You can't say hell." And then I'm...
Yeah. All right. So you got a list of the most offensive.
Okay, I'm on Mommyish.
Mommyish.com.
10 most controversial.
He thought it was something else.
Yeah, I thought it was Mommy Says So. I'm afraid to look at that. I'm afraid to go to that site to see what they have to say about Halloween. But so I guess you want to start it off here with the
yeah. Please.
All right. So the number, they don't have them numbered, so I'm just going to number them myself. The number 10 most controversial or worst Halloween things that children shouldn't see. That's all right. Bad for Halloween. The porn. It's a great porno pumpkin, Charlie Brown. You want to see this? So it's an artistic pumpkin. I will say this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not black and white. It's obviously orange and red. But whoever carved this pumpkin is skillful.
So it's a pumpkin carved with a pornographic thing. And this is real?
Yeah, these are real.
Okay.
And actually, one of these, I just, if anybody watched The Late Show last night, they talk about one of these on there.
All right.
Or on the Late Show with James Gordon, they talk about this.
Okay.
The second one, I believe this is the one. Either that or multiple people are doing this, which is ridiculous and awesome.
Yeah.
But not for children.
So
for sure.
pornographic pumpkin, huh?
Yeah, and I will say, granted, from most of these that I'm seeing, there's like 5 that I would say shouldn't be on this list.
But
that first one, I'm going to agree with Mommy-ish on that one. That's not for children.
Oh, yeah, I would say not for children, but
That's NSFC, as they would say on Mommy-ish.
you know how hard it is to carve pumpkins? I try to, I don't know how to do it where
It's insane. It's artistic, man.
I don't know
What
how they do it
with
with like how they scrape it off without making a full hole. You know what I mean?
They do what you just said. They scrape it off. They don't cut it
How
off.
do you do that?
They scrape it.
With what?
A scraping tool.
Dude, I could
Have you
barely...
ever bought those kits? The pumpkin carving
Yeah,
kits?
I have ones where you tape the thing on and you carve out the black part, like the blackened parts, and it still looks like shit. After I just carved out the word beer in my pumpkin. That's all I did. Madison tried to make one of Dwight Schrute's head.
Yeah.
And I mean,
These people take
more power to her, but
it takes practice. Like, I remember when I was a kid. This is before when in my limited knowledge of things that people did that were just insane. Because anything that you look into, you can get into it with such a fine-toothed comb.
Right.
And pumpkin carving is a perfect example because most people look at a pumpkin and they go, all right, cut out some eyes and a weird smile and you got yourself a jack-o'-lantern.
Right.
Somebody else looked at that pumpkin and said, give me my toolkit.
give me my toolkit.
Yeah, give me my grinder. Give me my. I'm going to use metal tools and micrometers and calipers, and I'm going to get this bitch right.
And I'm going to put pornographic images.
Yeah,
on it.
and what else would you do with that skill? But a chick licking another chick's titty. I mean.
All right.
I mean, I see the logic jumps. But yeah, when I was a kid, I remember going, I'm not going to do the jack-o'-lantern. I thought this was revolutionary. I was like, I'm going to carve out the moon and I'm going to have a silhouette of a witch on a broomstick flying across the moon. So the moon is lit up, but the witch is not.
Okay.
So when you look at it, it ended up looking like a bad circle in a pumpkin and the wind always blew out the candle. But from there, my stepmom, shout out to Amy, doesn't listen to this podcast because I haven't told that side of my family that I'm on it. But she made one of these scratchy off pumpkins, and she did a really good job at it.
Well, good for her.
But I've seen some ones that are insane.
Yeah.
Like they don't just scrape off the pumpkin and make like they shade.
I don't know how.
It's all about the thickness of the rind.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
I can't.
Either way, yeah. Way to take a Halloween classic and make it naughty. Whoever this guy is. So the second one, this is awesome to me.
Okay.
This is called Dead Guys Smashed in Driveway.
I saw this one. I think where. Oh no! I saw someone.
So multiple people are doing this.
I saw something similar to that. It was like a person. It was like a fake corpse with like a safe on top of the head and blood is splattered everywhere.
So that's the one they were talking about on Late Show, I think. But they said washing machine.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what it was. Okay.
Okay, and I was like, well, maybe he just described it bad. But so this one is two dead guys in the driveway with blood splatter on the garage door, and one of their heads is underneath the tire of the truck, and it got at least one call to 911.
That's funny.
That's hilarious to me. But at the same time, when you think about a child walking by, it's terrible. It's terrible. Is it in the spirit of Halloween? Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Does
think
it
so.
maybe belong in the backyard? Maybe. I'll give Mommy-ish this one too.
Mommy is
but that
2
is-
for 2 right now.
That is, that's so amazing. When you look at it, when some of the things that, because okay, let's interject here because I remember when in terms of traumatizing children, when I was a kid, I might have told this story. My dad, my dad.
Your real dad?
Yeah, my real dad.
Okay.
The people who know me know that I use the term dad and real dad, but outside of my group, when I say, oh, my real dad, people go, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, I've got two. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So my biological father.
Right.
He took us trick-or-treating once, and we went to it was a buddy of his house, and it was the guy in town that makes the graveyard
Yeah.
and has like the animatronics.
On Park?
I think it is on Park.
Okay, yeah.
And so we went there, and the dude had this is back
in the
20
day.
years ago
Right.
now, you know, so I'm like 10 maybe. So it's 23 years ago. I was little.
Yeah.
And in one of the skeletons, there's like, they could raise its hand, and he had a microphone in it and a camera. And he knew who I was. I didn't know that we knew who this guy was. But all of a sudden, we're walking by this, and the skeleton raises its arm, and it goes, Robert, I'm going to get you. Fuck that, dude. What are you doing to me?
That scared you, huh?
That was That's
funny.
Like, luckily, they set me straight, and they're like, no, this is this dude's house, and I was like, all right.
All right.
But I
like that.
Yeah, that was not cool. And I can only imagine how many kids walked past that house, and he did something that he thought was cutesy, caused nightmares.
That's great.
But yeah, I'm with Mommy-ish on these two. But I still have to say the dead guys in the driveway, awesome.
It is funny.
I think the pumpkin crosses a line, personally.
Sure.
I don't care. Everybody should be able to do whatever they want.
Explain that to your kids, like what's going on? Why? You know, it's like, oh Lord.
You would hope that their brains couldn't actually process that picture.
Right.
Because it's like you ever look at a picture and you can't see what it is until somebody goes, oh, it's this.
Yeah.
I would hope
It's a sailboat.
Yeah, like I would hope that that's what a kid would when they looked at it. They go, I don't get it.
It's a Mallrats reference.
What's that?
I said that's a Mallrats reference.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a sailboat.
Oh, that's right. I see. Whenever I hear that, I think of there's a similar. I wonder if when they wrote that, they wrote it based on that shaman experience when Columbus got to America. I know I talked about this.
I don't know.
There's like this the age old story of like when the first Spanish galleon came to the Caribbean, the native people, like the shamans, they thought it looked like they've never seen a Spanish galleon before, so their eyes can't adjust to it. They just see what looks like a weird cloud to them.
Okay.
And it took a shaman standing out there and staring at it for 3 days for the image to finally solidify.
Maybe. Yeah, it might have been.
And that'd be a hell of a deep reference cut by that would make me respect Kevin Smith so much more. I mean, and I respect him. He does what he does, and it's good. But
it's not good. It's great. Watch your fucking mouth.
Wow. All right, moving on. All right. So the third one we got here is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house.
Oh, really? That sounds sweet. See, dude, I wish I could do like badass, like I just have an inflatable skeleton dinosaur and a little animatronic Frankenstein just moves his arms, and then I got some fake eyes in my window. That's it. I want to go next year, man. Dude, we're hitting up. All right, tomorrow morning we're hitting up the Target clearance, we're hitting up the Walmart clearance, we're hitting the Amazon clearance, and next year we're gonna make a badass Halloween shit.
I think you need to go hit up Menards clearance.
Okay.
And
that's a good idea.
You don't buy Halloween stuff. You buy stuff that you can turn into Halloween stuff. You know?
Okay. And then on the weekends, we'll just build a graveyard, but we'll just like put makeup on our face all the time. And then when people walk by just on random days, we'll scare them.
Dude, speaking of which, okay, here's another Halloween story from when I lived in the trailer park as a kid.
Oh, that's scary enough.
Yeah, right? Every day was Halloween there. But there was this dude that he set up this whole decoy, like scary scene on his porch that you had to walk into, and he had the bowl.
Yeah.
And then you'd walk past this coffin with a zombie in it, and you'd get up onto the porch, and everything was like, you thought that there was like, that's where he was going to be. He'd wait till you were on your way back, and he was the zombie in the coffin. Yeah. It's like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, going all out on Halloween is an age-old tradition.
It's great.
You know, so
all right. Texas Chainsaw House.
They don't say much about this, and I would like to look this one up because they just show this picture, which is just like a dude with no limbs and his belly ripped open and his eye.
So it's similar to the last one. Oh, you can tell that's fake though.
Yeah, to me, this is one that doesn't belong on this list. This is somebody who's taking the spirit of Halloween and going, I think that a kid is going to be traumatized by this. I have no idea. I mean, you can change a kid's way of thinking by making them think they saw a murder victim.
Yeah.
This clearly is a fake thing.
Right.
You know, it's like there's children's cartoons with zombies that look like
What does that have to do with Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, it's like Leatherface is next to it.
He calls it a zombie house. This chick on this article calls it the Texas Chainsaw Man. She's never seen the movie.
Yeah.
It's too offensive for her.
Do you know Matthew McConaughey's in one of those movies?
That doesn't surprise me.
He's like one of the psychos.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's like the third one. I could be wrong. He's in one.
They all started. I mean, Jennifer Aniston was in Leprechaun, and
Really?
Drew Barrymore was in Scream. Yeah,
Drew Barrymore's briefly in Scream.
but she still was there.
I want to be. I've said it many times. I want to be the Drew Barrymore in a Scream. I want to be the opening guy that gets killed.
Yeah,
That'd be great. Paul Rudd, Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers. He's in that. He's like one of the main dudes.
I bet she was delightful.
I love Paul Rudd.
Yeah, how do you not?
He's a good
The
guy.
only way you don't like Paul Rudd is if you think charm is offensive. That's it. It's the only way you don't like him.
That's right.
All right, so they don't give much information on this stuff. It's really more pictures. So we'll post these at some point,
Instagram, yeah.
or just go to Mommyish. You know, they could probably use the foot traffic on their site.
Post the link.
Yeah. So the next one is the zombie baby thingy on eBay. I don't know what that
Zombie baby thingy.
Yeah. So they must be selling this.
Very thorough description. So what's a baby zombie?
And they literally just put this thing is NSFC, not safe for children, because it's totally freaking me out. Me in capitals.
Me out?
Me the adult that is writing this article is freaked out by this, so it's not safe for children.
It's legit just a zombie baby in a high chair. I don't know why that's
Shouldn't
offensive.
be there.
No.
Clearly just a doll.
Yeah, definitely
Freaky.
fake.
I wouldn't want it looking at me.
For sure.
But if it's sitting in the background on a porch,
Big deal.
I don't care.
All right.
And look at the feet. The feet, they ain't going anywhere on those legs.
No, they're very skinny.
Yeah.
Can't hold up that upper body.
This one's stupid.
All right.
I think we should.
No, don't skip it.
You don't want to skip it? All right. This
Let's
is
hear it.
political Halloween
is it?
lawn
Let me
display.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What the fuck?
We don't condone this
No. Yeah. Fuck that.
this
Political
viewpoint.
shit.
We're not pushing any agendas, so we're just gonna go past this one.
Robert censoring himself. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well,
Mark your
we're-
calendars. He's early and he's censoring himself. He's turning over a new leaf.
Yeah, I'm growing as a human being.
Facebook Robert. He's back.
Unemployment suits you well, Robert.
Hey, I got side note, if you want to make some money, I got a job for you.
Always. Yeah. Cool.
I'll give you $50 to rake my yard.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I can't pass that up.
I fucking hate raking these leaves.
Yeah. All right.
And you got to put them in the bags.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. I got a leaf blower. Can I use that?
Yeah, whatever you need to do.
All right. Do you want a leaf blower? I got to get rid of some stuff because
I'll take a leaf blower. I have one, but it's weak as fuck.
This one might be too.
Okay.
I'll find out for you. I'll probably just end up raking.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. This next one, this is a sign of the times because I remember this being at at a lot of houses.
Okay.
So this is in Lansing, and it's anything hanging with a noose around its neck.
Yeah, it's I guess now, especially with everything that's going on, you could definitely take that as offensive. It depends what it is, I guess.
This is a dude with a hood on, and
You don't
now,
know then.
And there's definitely
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I've heard down south of some Halloween displays of like black people hanging from trees.
Yeah.
That's not cool. But this lady goes as far as to call it a lynch. It's a lynch display. It's a lynching. And
If it's with the intent of that, yeah, that's not cool.
hang a skeleton.
Right.
You know,
I don't. Maybe just make it like a flying skeleton,
yeah,
a floating skeleton.
hang it by its feet.
Right. Yeah, that's significantly changes it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would agree with Mommy-ish. That's
go Spanish Inquisition and hang it like this, like with its arms behind its back.
This next one is
I I don't know what the next one is.
Grilled babies.
Oh yeah, the grilled baby one. Yep. So the next one is a baby. It's a doll. It's a baby doll. Clearly a doll.
Getting grilled.
Getting on a spoke over a grill.
I have a childhood memory in the realm of this. Grilling babies. No, it's on the street that I used
You
to
like
live.
veal?
Yeah, on the street that I used to live on back in the day, when I was a real young kid, probably about like 4 or 5 houses down. This house is like really fucking. It's just a creepy house. Like it wasn't well kept. It was just creepy.
The house itself was creepy.
Yeah, the house itself was creepy. But Halloween, dude had a bunch of baby doll parts. So like heads, arms, legs, bodies, just like all over in its trees and just like spread out. It was fucking creepy, man. Just creepy. And it had like the baby doll heads had like shit going through the head and stuff like that. And then all in the yard. And I was probably like 10, 11.
Okay.
And I'm looking at this and that scared, like, it was just, I knew obviously it wasn't real, but I'm just like, in my mind, in like a adolescent mind, I'm like, if this is what he does to fucking dolls, like, what's he gonna do when he catches me?
So okay, knowing that you had that thought, how do you feel about that? Is that okay for children?
I wouldn't do that because I just think that's kind of weird. If it's an adult, different.
It's okay.
It's different.
Yeah.
But it's a kid. Like
something about defenseless.
It's something
defenseless nature
with kids. Yeah. I even like when I watch horror movies, I don't really like the horror movies with the creepy kids.
Yeah.
Because I want them to die, and I don't like that feeling of like when I watched The Omen, I wanted Damien to die so badly, and like at the end, I saw the remake. And at the end, like he just turns and smiles. That's the end. And I was like, you little bastard. Like, I want to punch you across the room.
I think, there is something about that, like where it's like, especially when something's being done to a kid because they're defenseless, is pretty it's terrible. And then when a child is possessed and is doing something to you, you can't do anything back because then you're doing something to a child.
Another thing I try to avoid is possession movies. I don't like them. I don't like them.
Do you believe that it can happen?
I don't believe in heaven or hell. You're getting me emotional. I don't really believe in heaven or hell, but possession terrifies me.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Do you think that it can truly
I'm really
happen,
not like
though?
getting emotional. I don't know. I just am getting like clogged up.
Yeah. It's cold in here.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Got some sweet shoes today though.
Nice. So nice.
Anyways,
yeah. So, I mean, this one is clearly just like, it's not even that original. It's just, this is meant
tacky.
This is meant to spark controversy a little bit. Like, I have friends that like, I was just talking about this guy. I've got a buddy who roots for the Dallas Cowboys.
we damn boys.
Because he's in the heart of Packer country and there's a rivalry between the Packers and the Cowboys, he picked in the 90s, he picked the team that would make most people angry that he rooted for as a statement that football doesn't matter, which it doesn't. But
What
it's
do you
still,
mean it doesn't?
It doesn't.
Bite your tongue.
All right, sorry. So I've learned 2 things. Football matters and Kevin is great.
Kevin Smith is great.
Yes. Okay. And now I just call him Kevin.
That's fine.
Yep. Kevy. So this next one, I don't know why this is. The fact that they put this on this list is so stupid to me. So this is this dude in this Halloween costume is what it's labeled. And it's literally his girlfriend or somebody is laying on a gurney with her legs up like she's about to give birth. And he's on the bottom of the gurney, but his face is sticking up through the bottom and coming out of the fake vagina area. And look at that mustache. He's got a full-grown mustache.
Why is that Halloween related?
It's a Halloween costume.
It's a costume.
It's a costume at a bar, and it's like no child is going to see that.
Right.
They didn't gurney
funny.
themselves to the bar. I'm sure they walked in and got into the like. It's like the fact that you put this on your site,
right,
is what's it's like don't spread it. This is the thing I don't get about the news and stuff. It's like. You spread, or not even the news, but like pop stars and stuff where it's like you call people a role model and then you spread bad things about them around. And then you say, well, you're destroying children by doing this. It's like they would have never known if you didn't follow me around with a camera for 24 hours a day.
Right.
We all make mistakes. And this is just like Halloween, yes, it's for kids, but it's also for adult children.
Well, I mean, even the movies too. Like, look at the movies. That's not just for kids.
Yeah,
Halloween is.
Let your kids watch Monster House. You go and watch.
Monster House is a good movie.
Saw, whatever. Dan Harmon.
I know.
Yeah, but he couldn't write it. He had a mental. He had to get somebody else to rewrite it at the end.
Oops.
Took him 2 years or something.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not the only ones that get writer's block. Okay, so this one is another one that's kind of like I guess I don't get why it's on here, but the food bacon dead guy, which I've seen people do this.
Oh, they put like
They make a dead body with innards out of like sausage
dogs.
links and different foods.
Why is that offensive?
I think that's pretty cool.
You're eating it.
Yeah, and then you eat the dead guy, and I guess it promotes cannibalism. But if you're really thinking that, then you have the problem.
Right.
Like if you eat that and go, this makes me want to go and eat a dead guy. I think that people really must have sausage links inside them. It's like that's your deal.
Yeah.
And then this is the last one on this list, and it's clowns. Nothing is scarier than clowns.
Yeah,
And
I don't like clowns.
yeah, that's what was I? There's a show that on BoJack Horseman. He like they create this whole thing where it's like it's just a random picture of a clown on there. He creates the clown dentistry business, and he's like, well, kids hate dentists, but they love clowns. So let's make clowns dentists so that they like going to the dentist. And somebody's like, do kids love clowns? And he's like, well, adults don't like clowns. So who else would like clowns? And it's like, no one likes clowns.
Well, in the realm of...
and I agree with that statement.
In the realm of controversy in Halloween, 2020's most offensive Halloween costumes...
Okay, well, if we're going on to costumes, we should just mention the one that kicked this whole thing off, because we were going to do gargoyles, but there's not gargoyles. If you want to know what I found, it's they were created as drainage spouts. Which the more interesting story on gargoyles is that some people believe that drinking water from a gargoyle's spout has mystical properties, but them coming to life and stuff, that's like a later mythology. So we decided to go a different route at the last minute again because we're bad planners. So last night on the Late Show, on both late shows actually, they were talking about this house where big controversy because it was skeletons that were stripping on stripper poles, and that was innocent. Enough for a homeowners association to
really
threaten action or whatever. And it's like, if it's the stripping that matters, they're already down to bare bones.
Right.
So it must just be the pole.
Right.
Because that's the only thing that's changed in that scenario, really. Because if you're it's such a crazy thing to go, those fake skeletons can't be stripping. And it's like, well, they were never wearing clothes.
Yeah.
That was never part of the, and it's like, well, I guess that's maybe they should be. Maybe they should be, Drew. I want to see them in a full parka.
Some of these costumes that we're going to talk about, I'm just going to skip over because it's stupid. But I think every year, Good Housekeeping releases this list of offensive costumes for the year that you shouldn't have, but they exist. And some of them is just like no shit, but apparently people do it, like a Holocaust victim. I mean, aren't we past that?
That's just somebody showing off their chops, because that's a hard costume to pull off, right?
No, that's a stupid thing to do. But
just taking the other side, Drew, for the hell of it.
Yeah, some of them I agree with,
and that's where I'm going. Apparently,
but they're saying like cross dressing. So if you a man dressing like a woman, you shouldn't do that.
Or, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's like not like untasteful, I don't see the problem.
As long as you don't
that.
see a bulge, whatever.
This one too. So the COVID-19 pandemic, you shouldn't go as a COVID-19, but that's just the times. It's saying because of how many people have died, but I get that. But at the same time,
we need to have some humor and some in hope. It's like
right.
It's like if you can't cry, if you're not laughing, you're crying, kind of thing.
Yeah, it says like resist anything that resembles a virus or.
And honestly, the other thing about this is there's two schools of thought here. The person that's creating that costume is either A, like my buddy, who is just, we'll say they're either in that, like, if you're not laughing about it, you're crying about it situation, which I feel like that's okay. That's how the world, like humanity, kind of works that way. And then the other side, if they're like my buddy, where it's like, I'm going to go as the most offensive thing that I can think of. By getting offended by it, you're giving them exactly what they want.
Right.
You know, it's like if you just saw that and you went, poor taste, man, and walk away, you don't give them the reinforcement that they want.
Yeah. So there's that. One, two is like, so a zombie version of a recently deceased celebrity. So like their example, and this obviously happened a little bit ago, is David Bowie.
That's awesome.
Why wouldn't you do that?
That's awesome. David Bowie played a zombie in a movie, I feel like.
Maybe.
He's got the perfect bone structure for it. He's got the perfect bone structure for anything.
Well, why can't you do that?
I guess maybe it depends on the...
Insensitive? I mean, and the nature that they died, maybe.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to do it, but it's like, it depends on who's getting upset, because if it's just somebody random on the street, it's like, I don't care what you think.
Yeah, it says do not add zombie. So like you can pay homage to.
I bet you that dude is a huge David Bowie fan.
Yeah. Why not add zombie makeup to it?
How is it? Okay, here's the other thing. How is it better to? How is it worse to go as a deceased celebrity as a zombie versus what if I decided to go as Paul Rudd as a zombie?
Right.
Is that offensive?
No, because he's not dead.
But you see, it's I don't understand how that makes a difference. You know,
I don't think anyone would be like, oh,
Paul Rudd would make a great zombie because he could really lure you in.
I don't think everyone would be like, oh, that's Paul Rudd as a zombie.
Yeah, you'd be telling everybody all night.
Are you a zombie? No, I'm Paul Rudd. I'm a zombie Paul Rudd. You're just a zombie.
I don't see it.
Right. Another one is a homeless person.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, but
I bet you homeless people aren't getting offended by that. And
right.
If they're not getting offended by it, then neither should you. Go give some money to the homeless if you're fucking offended by that.
Another one is like a mentally ill person. So a person like what are the straight jackets?
Yeah. Well, see,
you could be David Blaine.
Yeah.
Or
Lecter. Hannibal Lecter.
Who's the other? Who's like the famous guy?
Chris Angel?
No. Oh, he is. But he did the straight jacket thing. Who was that?
Oh, Houdini.
Copperfield
did, but Houdini was the one who really made it happen.
What if you're going as him?
Again, that's the distinction. It's like, okay, you're going as a magician, so you're now making fun of magicians, and nobody cares about them. But mentally unstable people, and to me, it's offensive if you walk around in a straitjacket, but you don't sell the character. I need to see some head twitching and some stuttering and some drooling. You got to sell that one to me.
Yeah, it's all. Some people, obviously, there's some things you shouldn't dress as, like, and that's pretty like transparent. If people,
what
like,
do you think about Hitler?
You wouldn't do that.
Hitler with a hole in the head.
No, dude, nothing.
Not okay.
No.
See, this is where I have a hard time because drawing a line is a very bad thing to do in my book. When you put a line on the ground and say, "This is the line. Don't go past this line." I would much rather just say, "Go as what you want." And I'm going to feel how I feel about it, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you want to make people feel that way, that's your prerogative. You know, that's your business. And I just hope you understand that by doing that, you're creating all the shit that falls on your head.
There's people that I'm just like, if you're going with the intent of I'm going to be controversial.
Yeah.
Like, I just think you're being stupid. You're not.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Not embracing the Halloween spirit. Be creative.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb.
But at the it's like that's where it's like, yeah, I think it comes through, and that's where it's like I don't like to draw the line and say you can't do this, but I will say You can do that, but you're going to get the flack for it, and you better be ready for it.
What about how do you feel about the sexy versions of things? So sexy Donald Trump is a costume on this list.
There's no way that you can't pull that off. No one can pull that off.
He's already so sexy.
Yeah, he's the best.
But
He's
I'm
the
just, like,
sexiest.
The
only one sexier is Ivanka.
Or like, but you know what I mean? Like, or sexy,
Sexy nurse, sexy cat, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Personally, I wish that it didn't come down to that. Mm-hmm. Like, I like to see well thought out costumes. I don't really get into the whole shtick of it all anymore, but like, I would much rather see like a cool throwback character that's well done than just a generic character that's like, I'm going to show as much as I can,
right?
Or whatever. I would like to talk to a female about that. Like, why that actually wears those costumes and go, why do you wear them? What's the appeal to you?
I was working at Walmart.
It's cold out on Halloween.
Yeah, oh for sure. At least here it is. But I one time when I was working at Walmart, you know, they have a day where they're just like, okay, the employees can dress up in a costume, right? Can't wear a mask. Makes sense. I got a burp.
Now they have to wear masks.
Yeah. Different though. And this one cashier legit wore a sexy version of a costume, like I think she was like a sexy sailor, and she wore that to work. And I was just like, that's bold.
Bold, yeah.
Like, I came in my work attire because I was like, I wasn't embraced. I think I worked in the meat department at the time, and I'm like, I'm not about to get
you don't want to show up in a costume when it's not acceptable, even if they tell you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the whole meat department shows up and they're just wearing their aprons or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, you show up with, and you're like, you know, you're the Joker or something. And it's like, oh, I thought we were joking. I thought we were dressing up. No, the people on the floor are dressing up, Drew.
Yeah.
I'm going to go wash my face.
Yeah. But I was just like, that's ballsy. Like, I don't know. I don't personally get it because I'm the same thing. Like, I like to see something like creative. I want to see stuff that people make. Like, I don't want to see the store-bought stuff, and that's fine if you have a store-bought costume, but do something cool.
Yeah, and honestly, for the longest time, I had a trench coat, like a raincoat.
Yeah,
and I just anything I could do. Philip Marlowe, Old Detective, Clouseau from Pink Panther, Inspector Gadget. I recycled it. They're all the same exact costume with or without a mustache, you know. And I was just like, I'm just gonna wear this raincoat, and raincoat and one of those brimmed hats that you wear, and either I remember one year I can't grow a mustache that you can see, but you know how you have facial hair. Mm-hmm. I used eyeliner, like the eyeliner stuff to make my mustache come. I was ready to start doing that every day. I was like, I like this. I want to have a beard.
So yeah, those are the offensive things of Halloween. Rob, I hate to cut this short, but the Bones coffee is going through me.
Well,
I have to poop.
There's no better way to end a show.
Happy Halloween. Be safe. Make good decisions, and we're in a time where we're wearing masks. You can make a. Or well, it might be a little late now, but you can make a cool mask and make that part of your costume.
Yes,
you know, Bones Coffee, the whatever that's called, or what
pumpkin head,
Jacked O'Lantern. What did you think?
I thought it was good. No sugar. I want no sugar.
No sugar. Look at you.
Yeah,
a little cream though. Little milky milk.
But with a pumpkin pie, you need to have cream.
Yeah, I agree. It was good. I'll drink it. I'm going to drink more after I take a deuce.
All right.
The bowels are moving. I can only hold them for so long, Rob.
Coffee does that.
I was really like adjusting when you were like talking before. I was like, fuck, I hope he stops talking soon because I really got to go.
Yeah, well, that's a hard thing. You know, with you, I'm going to talk until the cows come home.
Moo moo.
I don't know what that means, but.
All right. Bye-bye.
Pew pew audio. Goodbye, everyone.